morning. It's Sunday 15th of May 2016. I'm Darsha Ponnambalam and you are listening Athavan News. Let's have a look at the highlights of today's newspapers. The main highlight of Sunday Observer says, Sambor shelved, coal plant off the table. A delegation of the Ministry of Power and Energy will meet their Indian counterparts on Friday, May 20 to discuss the possibility of shelving the proposed 500 megawatt coal-powered plant in Sambor. The Sunday Observer reliably learns. An official at the Ministry of Power and Energy said that decisions were reached by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Management to conduct feasibility studies to set up of liquefied natural gas plants in Sambor instead of coal-powered plants. Another highlight says, President Sirisena, PM Modi hold talks. Focus on increasing investments and fishermen issue. Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed the need to develop a mechanism to find a permanent solution to the issue of fishermen straying into each other's waters during the symbolic visit by the Sri Lankan leader to attend one of the most holiest Hindu festivals in India. Indian Premier said, Sri Lankan President's visit to the ceremony was very significant as it showed the deep civilizational ties between the two countries, local media reported. The highlight in the middle says, London Stock Exchange to invest here. A high-powered business delegation from the London Stock Exchange will meet Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe this week to discuss and finalize an investment agreement. The discussions to be held in Colombo on Wednesday will be based on the setting up of a global IT support center that provides IT services to stock exchange globally. There's a highlight says, fruitful talks to fast-track Chinese projects in Lanka. The three-member committee appointed to facilitate and fast-track Chinese projects in Sri Lanka held fruitful discussion with the Chinese partners, development strategies and International Trade Minister Malik Samaravikrama said. Samaravikrama told the Sunday Observer that all major projects initiated by China would proceed with the government's fullest cooperation. The committee will look into each and every large-scale development project and troubleshoot any problems concerning them. With that story, let's move to the highlights on Ceylon Today. The main highlight of Ceylon Today says, Mangala's absence a sore thumb. Despite President Maithripala Sirisena undertaking two back-to-back foreign visits, one at the invitation of British Prime Minister David Cameron and the other from Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the absence of Minister of Foreign Affairs Mangala Samaravira from both visits has raised eyebrows and concerns. Another highlight says, Panama Papers left out big names. Panama Papers, including a Dubai-based Sri Lankan who owns the Marriott, a controversial figure this government exposed after taking office. The list also includes names of intermediaries and alleged cell corporations. The government said after coming to power that it is not easy to arrest anyone on whim when cases such as duplicate passports owned by a former minister and his wife and presenting forged documents to obtain passports came up. The former minister and his wife were arrested and released on bail, and no sooner the minister concerned took the center stage to teach clean politics to the present government. There's a highlight says, CPC flouts tender procedure. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation is planning to award the contract to modify the 40-year-old Sapukaskanda petroleum refinery to an Indian company without calling for open tenders. Ceylon Today reliably learns. Internal CPC sources alleged a group of senior officials who have been bribed by the Indian company are making attempts to give the contract to the Indian company. Finally, I am taking a quick look at the highlights on the Sunday Times. The main highlight of the Sunday Times says, India-Lanka dispute over new Kachadiva search. The construction of a new church on the island of Kachadiva has been stopped by the Sri Lankan government after India raised issues over it. Navy Commander Ravindra Vijayakunaratne told the Sunday Times construction work had been suspended until the issues were resolved. He said the Navy had been asked to undertake the construction by Jaffna's Bishop Reverend Dr. Bernard Jnanapravasa. The foundation stone was laid last Monday. Vijaya Gunaratne said the bishop had appointed out to him during last year's Kachadivi feast, attended by thousands of devotees from Sri Lanka and South India, that the existing church was too small. Another highlight says, alleged gender discrimination in police. A fourth woman ASP goes to court. Another woman ASP has filed a fundamental rights petition in the Supreme Court seeking an increase in her position available to females in ranks of Superintendent of Police and above. This brings to fore the number of policewomen who have now sought the court's intervention against what they plead is gender bias in the police department. There is a highlight says GSP Plus. Lanka has a long way to go. 27 conventions. The GSP Plus facility granted by the European Union is, by its very nature, a highly conditional duty-free concession. To argue otherwise would be disingenuous. One need not look far. The concession's unabbreviated name is the EU Special Incentive Arrangements for Sustainable Development and Good Governance. It is awarded to selected countries on the basis of specified human rights and governance objectives being met. That's all for today's newspaper highlights, and join us tomorrow too. Thank you.